Alright, this is me back again, Parusha at Parusha's V Kitchen. And tonight we're going to learn how to make a country fried steak. And to learn how to make a country fried steak, we have to make a roast first. So, we're going to start our roast off with 4 cups of gluten flour. Okay? You can go in different stores, Seven Under, Whole Foods, and stores like that. And it's a gluten whole wheat flour that we use. Okay, so we're going to start off here with 4 cups of gluten flour. Okay, and then we have our seasonings and herbs, and we have onion powder, garlic powder, basil, paprika. We get it all. Himalayan salt. Himalayan salt is very good for you instead of the table salt. Nutritional yeast and poultry seasoning. And that's all of our dry goods. Okay? And so, we mix them all together. Make sure everything is in it. Nice and evenly mixed up, so we get all of the seasonings mixed in very well. Okay, so now that we have mixed all of our dry goods, we're going to add our liquids. And our liquids is 1/3 of a cup of aminos, 1/2 a cup of oil, and 3 cups of water. Okay, and so we add each one to this dry mixture, and then we have 1, 2, 3. Okay, and so you take this and you mix it all together. The dry and the wet is going to come together. And this is a meat substitute that vegans can have, that you make you make at home. They have a lot of meat substitutes, but this is one that you can actually make at home. You mix the seasonings in all good. You see the texture of it. It comes together. We mixing all the seasonings and the oil and everything in real good. Okay, and so after we do that, we take our baking pan. This is about a 12 by 14 inch baking pan. We put it in here, give it a little shape. And just like you do a roast, we're going to put a little more water and oil around it so it could bake. And this is a 45-minute baking process on 350. Okay. So we're going to pour another 2 cups of water around it, because now that I have consolidated the seasonings in the oil, and then I have my meat substitute now. And so this is going to just help for it to baste and cook. I put a little more tamari on it just so that this water don't suck up all of my seasonings. Okay? Oh, I said tamari. I meant aminos. About another 2 tablespoons of aminos. Then we cover it with a little wax paper and a little aluminum foil so that it can create steam and cook from the inside, okay? Because we wanted to make sure that it's just not going to get crunchy and hard on the outside. We wanted to also cook it from, you know, in the inside so that it be firm like a roast. Okay? So we're going to put a little piece of aluminum foil on top of the wax paper. And we're going to let this cook for 45 minutes on 350. I already preheated my oven, so it's ready to cook. Okay, here I am back. This is Purusha at Purusha's V Kitchen, and we are now making some brown gravy to go with our country fried steak. And so we're heating some vegetable oil. And while we're waiting for that to heat a little bit, then our ingredients is some whole wheat all-purpose flour, nutritional yeast, onion powder, garlic powder, Himalayan salt, coriander, basil, and some liquid aminos. Okay, and so this oil has gotten hot enough. It just needs to get a little hot because when you add the flour dry goods, then it's going to bubble a little. Okay, so you take it off the heat because we don't want nothing to burn while we add our ingredients. And so we're putting the flour in, the garlic, onion, nutritional yeast, Himalayan salt, coriander, and our basil. Alright, and we're going to take our whisk, put it back on the fire, and you see how it's bubbling up really good? We let it do that. This has to like cook just a little so that it can brown a little while it's on the heat. The other thing is that makes your gravy really creamy and nice, and it doesn't get any lumps in it, because we have those little problems sometimes with gravy lumping up. If you warm your water and you put warm water on it, then it gives it a smooth consistency. So once you stir the oil and the seasonings together, then it just comes out like nice smooth gravy. And that's what we want, some nice smooth brown gravy to go with our country fried steak. So we let it, you know, as it cooks, it gets a little brown. The oil helps to brown the flour. And so you let it bubble a little, and then you stir it. And as it's cooking, it's going to brown. It's going to brown the flour and the seasonings. Okay? So we've let it bubble enough. And so we're going to add 1 cup. I'm going to start off with 2 cups of liquid. which is warm water, because gravy bubbles up and get thick real quick. You gotta have your utensils, so you get you a whisk and you stir. And it's just gonna get thicker and thicker because of the heat. You would turn down your eye to a low temperature so it could cook kind of slow. Then we add 2 more cups of nice warm water. Okay, and we whisk it again. You cut your fire down low so then the gravy could just thicken on slow, low eye. And once you get it all smooth, you see how smooth that is? No lumps. And you're going to let it simmer. And then you add your 3 tablespoons of liquid aminos. And you stir. Okay, and so you get you a spoon, make sure that it's nice and smooth. You see, no lumps. And you turn it down low so it could just slowly thicken. And you'll have nice creamy gravy. Okay, so our roast is nice and done. And we're going to slice this on up so that we can make some country fried steaks. Look at how that has cooked up, so nice and moist. Nice pieces of steaks here. Now, I do different things with my roast because it's a meat substitute. You can make pepper steaks, you can make barbecue steaks, different ways to do it. Okay? So, we're going to batter some tonight to make these country fried steaks. And we have a wet batter here made with all-purpose flour and seasonings. And we have a dry batter here that's made with seasonings. And you could just check the link below or some of my earlier videos to show you how to mix these up. Okay, so we're going to drop these little steaks in the wet batter first. Right? And so when you're battering, you have a wet hand and a dry hand. And so we're going to put these in here. And we're going to put it in the dry batter. Turn it over a couple of times. Get it nice and battered up. And we put them in this hot sizzling oil. And we're going to batter 4 or 5 of these. Nicely bread them. Got 2 more here. Batter up. All right. So we're going to turn this up just a little bit more. All right, so they're frying all up. And I want to get a little brown on both sides, golden brown on both sides. And we're going to have us some country fried steaks. Nice and golden brown. And we flipping them. Look at that, so nice. So we're going to let them sizzle a little more and brown a little more on both sides. So as y'all can see, the roast turned out very nicely. It cooked firm, and you can use this. This was just 4 cups of gluten, but you can use this. A small family can eat off of this twice, or a large family can eat off of it once. But you can do different things with it. Sometimes you don't have to batter it. You can take this roast as it is, cut it in different pieces, and just brown this, and then put it in some barbecue sauce, and it's just as good. This roast you can do several things with, which we'll have some videos on the different things that you can do with the kale bone roast. Okay? So now, these country fried steaks are getting nice and golden brown. And tonight, we're just going to have these country fried steaks with some of that nice brown gravy that I made just a little earlier. Okay, so we have our nice country fried steaks and gravy. And these country fried steaks you could put on top of rice, mashed potatoes, and different things like that. And they will make a nice entree for dinner or lunch or a nice event. And if it's not vegan, it's not good eating. Have a pleasant and blessed day.